Welcome to Teen Talk, Navigating Teen Challenging Behavior. I am Pei Yi. I'm a parenting and teen challenging behavior specialist at Rainbow Parenting Practice. Over the last 30 years, I've worked with children, teenagers, and then families with various complex needs across different settings. But it is my personal story, being a troubled teenager, that led me to the creation of my innovative parenting method, Thriving Together Parenting Method. It can help you and your team to have a more loving, respect-driven relationship and the happiness and harmony in your family home in 90 days. No matter what challenging behavior it is, how challenging it has been, and for however long your family has been in a difficult place. Many families came to me when they were in crisis or at breaking point. My TTP method is the secret to their transformative family lives. It can be yours too. I am thrilled for you to be here, and that possibly means you are a successful but stressed out parent who is managing a very demanding job but struggling to know what to do and how to help your troubled teen who is stuck in patterns of challenging behavior. You're fed up with trying everything but nothing works. You're looking for solutions yesterday and are determined to do whatever it takes to help your teen and family thrive. At Teen Talk, Navigating Teen Challenging Behavior, I will share all the insights I've learned from working with families and their teenagers over the years. I will not hold back. Let's dive in. Hi, this is Pei again, and with my lovely Belle coordinator. Welcome to the show, and as usual, we're gonna get straight into it. Belle and I are gonna draw the cards to decide what we will be speaking about today. So, shall I just draw the card, Belle?
Yeah, just draw.
I'm gonna make it easy for us. This time, I'm just gonna pick the first card on the deck.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Okay. Okay, can you see the card?
Yeah.
Right, so it's amazing. Wow, it's very colorful. A lot of applauding hands. And what it says here is appreciated and encouraged.
Right. So straight away that makes me feel
appreciated and encouraged.
Appreciated and encouraged. Yeah, that makes me think of just having people believe in what you're doing or who you are, whatever, just feeling good about yourself and having people encourage you. And it's a really good feeling. Like the fact that we read that made us feel better, like makes you feel good. So.
Yeah, don't you think? That's a really good observational comment, Belle, because I think our mood does get affected by whatever card we drew.
Yeah, it really does. Even subconsciously,
right?
even subconsciously.
Yeah, because last time we drew some really some cards are really difficult to talk about, and we did feel quite depressed talking about it. So yeah, so appreciate, encourage. Maybe the universe know we need some appreciation and encouragement. But so tell me about your experience about appreciation and encouragement then being a teenager.
I would say from family, if I'm in an event or a show or these sorts of things, or I've done well in my exams, encouragement with that and how good it makes you feel, if it's genuine encouragement, not conditional encouragement. I think my family, my granny especially, particularly my granny, always encourages me no matter what. Like even if I failed all my exams, she would find a way to be positive about it, and it makes you feel very good.
That's good. Hang on a second, I have a question. What is a conditional encouragement? This is actually the first time I heard this.
Well, I don't know if it's a phrase I thought of it on the spot.
It's fine. It's your experience. I'm curious.
So conditional encouragement, what I meant by that is encouragement when it reaches if a parent's you have to get these grades, and then if you get those grades they give you encouragement, and then if you fail to meet them they punish you or ground you or say you need to work harder. That's conditional encouragement. Do you know what I mean? It's not, but then some would say that's more praise, not encouragement. So I don't know, but Yeah.
So you feel like something is attached to it. You only get encouragement if you achieve something.
Yeah, or even encouragement only when it's something you agree with or understand, whereas some people might live a different lifestyle, want to do a different job or whatever subjects that you might not like or understand. And so a conditional encouragement be that you might not really want them to do that or not encourage them with that. But if they did something you did love, you might feel encouraging about it. So I would say encouragement, positive encouragement, is encouragement to the fullest, most like pure-hearted extent, just like genuinely rooting for someone.
Really good insight. I'm curious about, Belle, the cultural context of appreciation and encouragement in Scotland. I mean, we can only speaking from the Scotland's perspective and the Taiwanese perspective in terms of the cultural context is how does people in this country see appreciation and encouragement?
What do you mean?
So see, like in Taiwan, I mean, I can only share my
Yeah, give me your
experience.
example from how it
Right.
is.
So I can only share my experience based on my experience of being in the in the Taiwanese culture. And I think in the Taiwanese culture, I mean, I have to have a disclaimer, it's still how before my time moving here, and that was my experience. The appreciation and encouragement is not a given. You don't talk about these things. You know, like even if my mom made dinner, you'd be like, thank you for making dinner for us. But in that cultural context, is a woman's role, a mom's role to make dinner.
Yeah,
So
that's what I mean by cultural conditional encouragement. Like, it's not all the time. It's not
yeah,
genuinely.
you know, and it's not like that. And even like throughout my academic school years, I mean, my parents were really good. They've more focused on because I'm a late bloomer. I wasn't doing very well academically. I was always the last one. I was not.
Yeah,
I was in the school a year early, so everything teachers
yeah,
was like, what?
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know, understand that. But they more focus more on my like personality, you know, the development of me as a person.
yeah.
Whereas in school, I really do not remember a moment that I was encouraged by my teachers in school,
Wow.
saying like, you know what, I know this is really difficult. Let's think about this. You can do this. You can do better the next exam. Let me help you with this. Not one thing, not one moment I can remember
Oh
about.
my God. I mean, that's like very opposite to me. I was almost over encouraged, like in S4 or 3, when I just didn't care. Like I did not like in subjects like biology and stuff. I didn't do any of the work. I didn't care about it. I didn't try my exams. But the teacher would always still be encouraging and always would be offering to come for help and would always be saying, well done if I got better and these sorts of things. And that was so lovely. And he actually like is really lovely. But I should have almost been a bit stricter. I should have almost been told off a bit more. But but even then it's so important because even that made me feel like even with subjects I genuinely was trying and I was struggling, when my teachers encouraged me, like I felt so good about it. And it made me want to try harder because you are getting acknowledged for the effort you're making or the even just the fact you're struggling and they believe in the fact you can do better. So
Exactly.
yeah, I can't imagine like growing up with no encouragement and struggling in school. Like that'd be awful.
It was awful, Belle. I'm not kidding. It was completely awful. And that's a cultural context, though, because
Yeah,
encouragement and appreciation wasn't a
yeah,
normality. You know,
yeah,
people
that's so
don't talk
true.
about it. And you know what? The worst thing, I mean, I still remember till this day, Belle, is how bad it was. Like, I think I was in primary 3 or something. And you know, we're still using those blackboard thing in my era. So you have to go to the board to do the math question, the
Yeah.
equation, all of these things. I remember once I didn't know how to solve the math problem. Actually, the teachers like knock on my head, like
Oh my God, in
smack me.
PV.
Yes, smack me on my head. Say, how can
Wow.
you not understand this? That's so easy. Seriously.
That's very, very different. Yeah.
Absolutely. Zero encouragement, zero appreciation from in that social cultural context. But I think from what I'm hearing from my friends these days and the parenting, I think there's a as a rise of how do we encourage our children a bit more?
Definitely,
How do
definitely.
we, because that's
I've
how
seen that on social media and everything. Like people who
yeah.
have kids are sharing so much like positive ways and methods of like raising your kids and stuff.
Because it's how you build your kids' self-esteem.
Yeah, exactly.
To believe in them.
I mean, if you really want your child to succeed,
Mm.
then encourage them, because even if they get the grades, even if they meet it on paper, they're never going to feel confident.
No,
And you
no.
can, if you one of the main part, well, not for everyone, but if you're really confident in what you're doing or in your life, you probably will succeed a lot more.
Absolutely.
Because
And if
people
you
can
think,
see that if you're confident.
yeah, and if you think that is a cultural context, is nobody talks about appreciation, encouragement, what would that look like in a family context?
Yeah.
Because that's how they learn. That's a societal expectation. It's how we live. It's a norm. It's a given. You just have to expect you to do this, and if you don't do well, you'll be told to do better. Rather,
Yeah.
you can do this. What are the difficulties? Let me help you to do, and all these things. So it's like you can see it's all interlinked, so it's really interesting to hear, your experience about actually you have a different experience from my experience.
Yeah.
You've been
Very, very
really
different.
encouraged.
Yeah.
Wow. What about your
And
friends? Are they having the similar, is this just you uniquely, like you
um
feel like you encourage more than, or it's in the social context, in the cultural context of Scottish country, like actually.
yeah, I was gonna say, I can definitely see cultural context of encouragement with my friends. I mean, my friends from Asian backgrounds definitely like have experienced a lot more, like with exams and school and just in life in general. If they're not meeting their parents' expectations or not doing what their parent wants them to, they definitely don't are less likely to receive that encouragement. Whereas my parents couldn't care less what I'm doing, but they like will always like be happy for me. So, or what? I mean, obviously they did care about my grades, but not like they still would have been happy if I didn't do well. So yeah, I've definitely seen a massive difference culturally in encouragement and appreciation. Yeah, I have seen
Absolutely.
that.
And then let's come back to, so we talk about encouragement is really important. He builds the self-esteem for the teenagers and how you help them to thrive and believe in
Yeah.
them. Appreciation is a different thing.
Yeah, that's very true.
So
So
tell
what
me
what
about
do you
your
think appreciation would mean? What do you think? How would you define appreciation in this like context?
I suppose that would be simply about, okay, gosh, tongue tied. This is when I use English is not my first language card. I suppose it's someone not necessarily praise, but show gratitude of the things you do or the things you say, or just being who you are. Right. So that would be my definition of appreciation. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same. I would say appreciation is when you feel validated and encouraged, or you feel validated and confident because someone is giving you that.
Yeah, and your
A
mom,
really bad definition of it, but yeah.
yeah, like your mom or your parents could simply say, like, appreciate you. It's like, I'm so grateful having you for you being you.
Yeah.
What's and all.
Yeah, exactly. Warts and all, very important.
Yeah.
That's not conditional.
But in reality, is that really what's happening in a teenage life or a parent-teenage relationship, you think?
No,
Mm-hmm.
definitely not.
I think there are two ways to look at this, Belle. One is how much the teenagers feel appreciated by their parents and encouraged. The other side, we also need to think about how parents feel appreciated by their teenagers and encouraged by their teenagers.
So from my experience, although me and my family is very encouraging and appreciative, definitely when I was a teenager, I wasn't appreciative enough. And maybe I wasn't encouraging enough when I was caught up in all my 14-year-oldness. And also my mum as well, probably, like my parents have also been through that as well, like with me, like they've not been appreciative or encouraging enough. So naturally with like a teenager and parent dynamic, I think there's always going to be issues with that, even if it's deep or if it's not, like even if it's as simple as like not appreciating how much your mum or your dad do for you every day, like if they do the washing up or cook meals and stuff, like even simple appreciation is so important. But even if it's like a big thing, like you're not appreciating big life sacrifices or emotional support or the effort parents might be giving to have a relationship with you, or the other way around, because that's quite common where kids feel their relationship with their parents is lacking. And if they're trying to rebuild that and they're making the effort to, even if something's happened in the past and that's meant that they've fallen out, and if a child or a parent is trying to rebuild that, not having appreciation for stuff like that is makes it hard, I think. So I think appreciating encouragement is so important for success in like whatever you're going through or whatever.
Yeah, and right now we're talking about a parent and teenager relationship. There are other people in the family.
Yeah.
It's not just parent and teenager. There's
Yeah.
siblings. There,
Yeah.
there's a couple relationship as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so like you said, but it's important though, Bill, and you highlighted a really good observational comment is we don't talk enough about the appreciation, or show appreciation. Like, you know what, mom, thanks for washing my dishes or doing my laundry every day. But what we have is like, mom is meant to do my laundry.
Yeah, exactly. And
Mom
I've
is
definitely been guilty of that. Like I think most teenagers have that. Like maybe talking about it is a really important thing, because I'm going to come away from this more aware of when I give appreciation, when I give encouragement, and how important it is.
Yeah. But then that makes me wonder is why do people, or parents or teenagers don't show appreciation? What is stopping them?
Yeah, that's true.
What's stopping you? You're a teenager. What's stopping
I
you?
definitely think like one of the main things that probably stop people with stuff like this is just assuming that they already know you appreciate it, or like not understanding the importance of vocalizing your appreciation, or not actually sitting and understanding it to yourself. I think because when things are so normalized, like how much parents do for us, like chores, cleaning, these sorts of things, like when it's so normalized every single day, like you can so easily just forget how much effort it is, and you're used to coming home to it being clean every day. You don't even realize your mum's done it that day. Like
Exactly. Or have to work to make money to provide
exactly.
you to get you a nice outfit, though, or to go to university, or a lot of things.
Yeah.
So one interesting comment you made is people just think, we don't say what is in the way is people, or we already thinking or making assumptions people know we appreciate them. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true though, but it's a bit
Yeah.
like my kids know I love them, but we don't say I love you.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what a lot of people say, even in relationships. Like if you're not getting, it's even in relationships, like if you're not getting compliments, if your partner doesn't compliment you very much at all, and that's not saying the partner should be like complimenting you all the time, but like every now and again, like showing your appreciation for your partner. And sometimes they might say, well, you already know I think that, or I love you, or whatever. But it's that, and you probably do, but it's that encouragement that comes with a regular, consistent appreciation that isn't conditional. Like
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Tell me what you think about this. But I wonder if there's an element of people want more. So
Yeah,
like it's
definitely.
like, and I don't want to say this because my husband made me like dinner last night, and it was a lovely dinner. And I really say like, as like thank you for making the dinner, but then secretly, actually he was listening next door. Secretly, I was thinking I would like the gravy to be hotter. Or,
Yeah.
there's too many roast potato on my plate. Do you
Yeah.
You should know I don't like so many roast potato.
Yeah.
So not bad. I'm just thinking, I'm just curious if people want more, and then that expectation needs to be met so people can truly appreciate. Actually,
Yeah.
that is such an amazing new thing you did for
Mm.
me. Rather
Yeah.
than actually these tiny little things also need to be appreciated and encouraged. So then they can,
Yeah. And then if they are, maybe you never know, maybe they will meet your
yeah.
expectations in the future.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as a teenager, let's come back to being a teenager. What are
Mhm.
the things you would like to be appreciated a bit more by your parents?
Um, maybe how much I juggle, like
Mhm,
school, social life, keeping my room clean, cleaning up after myself, my job, and
mhm,
these sorts of things, and like university work. Like it's quite a lot, and sometimes I feel maybe my mum can think that because she has a job and stuff, like I don't really get stressed.
mhm,
But then again, I don't know. There's nothing I really like feel like I need. Because I also wanted to say encouragement and appreciation also shouldn't be something you feel like you have
mhm,
to be confident in what you're doing. Like that's something some people can hold on to encouragement and appreciation as their only form of validation. They can't self
mm,
validate themselves.
yep,
So I was also going to say you should actually appreciate and encourage yourself before
mhm,
anyone, because then you'll have more room to give it to other people, and you won't feel like you're hanging on to each level of that. So that's
mm,
also what something I want to mention before I forgot.
That's a really good point. It's a bit like self-love, isn't it? Love
Yeah,
yourself
exactly.
so you can give love to the people around you
Yeah,
rather
like
than
if you've had a hard day, or if you feel like you've not done enough,
mm,
sit and appreciate the little things you did throughout the day that
mm,
actually took effort to do, just like how you might think about your mum, like the little things she
mm,
does or
mm.
your dad does. So do that to yourself as well. You
That's a
shouldn't
really
have
good
to.
point, Belle.
Yeah.
Self-appreciation and self-encouragement.
Hmm.
Because there'll be times nobody will be around you. You could be somewhere
Yeah.
else, and when you feel down and low, you need to be able to learn to how do I encourage myself to get back on the horse or to overcome these challenges to move on to the next step. And how do I appreciate, like you say, the little things I do to be where I am today?
Exactly.
How can I celebrate that? That's a
Hmm.
very wonderful, good point, Belle.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
But I think it's definitely something that needs, how do we say this? It needs practicing. Let's put it this way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the summary of what we've kind of talked about is like
Mhm.
it should be something that everyone thinks about and talks about, because it's so normalized and it's so overlooked, and sometimes you can give appreciation and encouragement to someone without really realizing it might mean a lot more to them than you think it does. So
Yeah.
I
Or on the
think,
other hand, somebody is not used to being appreciated or encouraged, being like, ugh, what is this about?
yeah, or even people that really are really appreciative, encouraging to other people but aren't to themselves.
Mhm.
Like you should also look at that and think maybe I should be treating myself how I'm treating other people, or the other way around, treating other people how I want to be treated or whatever. But like, yeah, so important. Appreciation and encouragement is so important
Absolutely. To ourselves and to other people.
to
And then,
ourselves and to other people in
yes,
general.
yeah, and
The
this is
world
some,
would be a lot better place if
yeah.
everyone was very appreciative and
Start
encouraging.
start with appreciating your mom today.
Yes.
Tell her
Yes.
how much you appreciate she does the things
Yes.
for you.
Uh-huh.
But this is, like you say, we talk about this is a skill that needs to be practiced
Mm.
because if you culturally, like in my culture, we don't
Yeah.
show encouragement appreciation. It's
Yeah.
something I really need to work hard and bear in mind is how do I show appreciation? How do I
Mhm.
encourage the people around me? So that is a skill that can be practiced, and in the long run, you just become so automatic,
Yeah.
But it definitely takes an effort to actually catch yourself and going like, actually, somebody spend their time making me dinner.
Yeah.
I need to be appreciated, you know,
Mhm.
rather than my gravy is not hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
There's
so,
bigger problems.
that's so mean. Oh, it's been a really good chat. I love this so
Yeah.
much. So
Yeah.
what are our curiosities for our audience today? What is your curiosity?
My curiosity isn't for parents and teenagers, it's for people in general, and it'd be to be curious and think about how often do you appreciate and encourage yourself in day-to-day life, not just when you achieve something big or you meet something you want to do or whatever. Just in day-to-day life, how much do you actually sit and think, oh, I'm glad I did that, or well done, or these sorts of things, like feel good about yourself.
That's a really good curiosity. I suppose
What's yours?
I suppose then I'll do both as well, parents and teenagers. But I
Yeah.
suppose I'm more on the curiosities of parents thinking about each other's position.
Mm.
You know, if you think, have you seen this film called Freaky Friday?
Yeah, yeah.
So they actually swap, you know, in
That's a good point. That's such a good film that like covers this, doesn't it?
yeah, but people laugh about like watch it go. That's a really, you know, like oh, mom being a mom is really difficult.
Yeah.
But how much of us actually embodied that experience is thinking actually my mom and dad really went through a lot to support me to do this when you were a teenager, and the teenager was like, or mom and dad be feeling how much my teenager's going through just now, you know,
Yeah.
and how much I can appreciate and encourage them to do certain things. So I think I want the parents to be more curious about each other's position of whether you're a parent or whether you're a teenager, is what is happening in each other's position and what you both bring to the table, really. And how can you be having that understanding, be more appreciative and be more encouraged to each other as when you navigate this journey, because it's never one-sided. It's a mutual, it's a process that both are going through together. You know, so that would be my curiosity for the parents and teenagers today. But it's been a really good chat. I feel like we haven't got enough time to talk more about this thing, because we talk about the cultural context, we talk about the relational bit.
I like when we pull more happy cards, because I think it's it always comes back to day-to-day life and like these sorts of things, and how it makes me always think about things I don't normally think about. So I really like talking about these things, and I hope our listeners enjoy listening to us talk.
Oh, I'm sure they will do, and I hope they do as well, because you know what, it does make me think about my own things too.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about not to complain about the gravy too. I've been
Hopefully he doesn't listen to this episode and find out.
Oh, he's in his office just now. He could feel a little bit of a conversation. But he knows my intent is there.
Yeah.
No, but it's been really good, and I hope the audience really enjoy, you know, our chat for today on appreciation and encouragement. And I'm doing little things. I suppose that's my motto, but I have not spoken about is doing little things every day is going to have a big impact on your relationship with your teenagers. Yeah.
And that's how you build habits, is doing things every day.
Absolutely. And if you like more resources, go to my website, rainbowparentingpractice.com. Right? But we will see you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode.
Bye. Thank you to everyone at home or on the go for listening. If you find this show helpful, please hit that follow or subscribe button. It does wonders for the show, so more people can find Teen Talk Navigating Teen Challenging Behavior organically. If you have any questions about anything we've talked about, please drop me a line at pei@teentalkpod.com. That is PEI-I@teentalkpod.com. I read every email I get. Whether that's an episode idea, a guest recommendation, or just a simple note about how the show has impacted you. I'd love to hear from you. I am Pei, and I'll see you on the next episode.